Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello there. How are you? Hope you're always be happy. Today we're going to discuss our material about semantic role, and we are going to discuss it with our group. Before we're going to start our conversation with this material, I would like to introduce you to our member. First of all, my name is Roehendi, and there is Utafia Indriyati and Salwa Azzahra. So, without any further ado, let's begin this material, this presentation with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And for the first presenter, there will be Salwa Azzahra. For Salwa Azzahra, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for Roehendi. For the first material is what is semantic role and concept semantic role. Presentations by me. Okay, what is semantic role? Semantic role refers to the way in which the reference of the noun phrase contributes to the state, actions, or situations described by the sentence. The semantic role of a noun phrase differs from its syntactic roles as subject, object, and so on. Semantic role is not an inherent property of a noun phrase. A given noun phrase can give different semantic roles in different sentences. Like, for example, can you find the difference between this? Like, Hannah was injured by a friend and Hannah was injured with a friend. Semantic role is a way of characterizing the meaning of relationship between a noun phrase and the verb of a sentence. Concept semantic role. Conceptual role semantic, or CRS, is the view that the meanings of the expressions of a language or other symbol system or the contents of the mental states are determined or explained by the role of the expressions or mental state in the thinking. CRS comes in a variety of forms, not always clearly discussed by commentators. Such expressions are known variously as a functional, causal, computational role semantics, and more broadly as used in terms of meaning. Nevertheless, all are united in seeking the meaning or contents of an item, not in what is made of, nor in the accompanies or associated with it, but in what is done with it, the use it put to. Roughly, according to CRS, the meaning or proportional content of expressions or attitude is determined by the role it plays in a person's language or the cognitions. That's from me. So, Roehendi.
Okay, thank you, Salwa Azzahra, for your material. Next, we are going to move for the next material. That is the types of semantic roles that will be delivered by Utafia Indriyati. For Utafia, screen is yours.
Thank you, Roehendi. Hello everyone, I'm Utafia. I'd like to present the subtopic about the types of semantic role. Well, to study semantic roles, we noticed that there are 8 different roles that a word play into a sentence. First of all is agent. Talk about the agent into a sentence, any entity that performs the action. So In a sentence, any entity that performs the action is called agent. Now we'll see the example, like if I say the sentence, bull. So what do we notice? Who is performing the action? Which word is showing that the entity is showing the action? Yeah, it's Roehendi. Okay, what? Because Roehendi is one who is doing the action of kicking. And the next is patient. What is patient? Patient it can also be the entity that is simply being described. Receiving the action or the action. So we call it patient. The next is instrument. What is instrument? You know, if an agent, if any do anything in order to perform an action, the thing her hair with scissor. Okay, what do we notice that Utafia was the agent? She cut. She's doing the action of cutting her hair. How she's cutting it? She's cutting it with scissors. And the next is causes. For example, the wind slammed the door. It's about a change of state. Next, what is experiencer? When a noun phrase is used we call it experiencer. For example, when we see Salwa feels happy, when somebody feels something, smells something, heard, like in this sentence, Salwa feels happy. Here, Salwa is not performing action. What is she doing? Yeah, she's feeling something that is happy. So here, Salwa is experiencer. And the next is locative. What is it? When entities were and entities on the table, in the room, or wherever, if we talk about this entity, it is the location. For example, Utafia buys a block in Bandung. In Bandung, here is locative. And then recipient. Recipient is I gave Roehendi a glass of tea. Roehendi here is temporal. Temporal is the time at which the action or state occurred. For example, Salwa went to Pandaran last year. Last year here is temporal because last year is the time which the action or state occurred. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you. Back to moderator.
Thank you, Utafia, for your presentation. Next presentation will be delivered by me. It is about semantic roles and grammar relations. Next, so What kind of relation I would like to tell you about is semantic role of unknown phrase differs from its syntactic role, like a subject, object, and so on. Yeah. Like Salwa talked before that if you're confused about our talking, so I'll give you uh, some approach gitu kan. Jadi semantic role ini hanya membicarakan mengenai noun phrase, subject, object, direct object, dan seterusnya ya teman-teman. So we're talking about that. So semantic role is a way of characterizing the meaning relationship between a noun phrase, and the verb of a sentence. Now, if we are talking about noun phrase and the verb, there will be a grammar relations. Yeah. So we're going to talk about this, and let's see what it is the difference and what is the relation. I mean. So here we have a slide that state or declare that semantic roles and grammatical relation are not the same. And it is important to understand the relationship between them. So what I would like to say in here is semantic roles and grammatical relations are not the same because grammar is grammar and semantic roles is semantic roles. You know that semantic is study of meaning and grammatical is study of we are got some sentence. If we take a look at this, yeah. There is an agent, passion, instrument, cause, experiencer, recipient, locative, and temporal. For the first one, we have the janitor opened the door. The janitor here become the agent. Ya. The janitor itu menjadi agen si pembuka. Ya. Lalu ada the door open easily. The door-nya yang menjadi passion-nya. Lalu ada his first record greatly expanded his audience. His first record become instrument. Bad weather ruined the corn crop. Bad weather become cause. Lalu ada Serge heard his father whispering. Serge is the name. Become experiencer. The young artist won the prize. The young artist, yeah, non-prize. The young artist become the recipient. And then Arizona tracks asthmatics. Arizona become the locative, and the next day become temporal. This is the example of the another example of the Utafia material. But I would like to tell you that every single here, like the janitor open the door open easily, is have a same verb. Like the janitor opened the door opened easily. So there is a differences between the janitor open the door and the door open easily. That is, the janitor is subject, the door open easily. Kalau disatuin bisa jadi beda gitu kan. The janitor open the door and the door open easily. Lalu next slide. Okay. And then in certain English construction, subject may not have any semantic role, as with the dominant construction, in which the pronoun it fills the subject slot, but it is semantically empty. Jadi kata it itu bisa tidak ada apa ya, kosong itu artinya di sini. Jadi untuk the semantic role ini dummy it is empty. Yeah. For example, it became clear that the government had jailed him there. It became clear, gitu kan. It di sini tuh harus ada di awalannya gitu. Jadi di sini nothing, but we can see that the government had jailed him there. The government become the agent here. Lalu, the semantic role isn't interfere in the notion of subject. Semantic roles do not appear to be constrained by grammatical relations. So, what I will talk in here that semantic role isn't interfere the notion of subject. Yeah, whatever is subject, it will not change. Yeah, the meaning. For example, we are got the garden here. Take a look for the example. The garden will look great in the spring. Still subject. William planted a garden with cucumbers and tomatoes. Direct object. Nah, the gardennya become the direct object. William become the subject. And the William become the agent. The begonias give the garden a cheerful look. Indirect object. The gate opens on the garden. So the garden will not change for the grammatically. Yeah. Yeah, it change about the subject, direct object. Yeah. Objectnya become a change. But for the semantic clause also it is change. But artinya enggak gitu kan. The garden ya garden itu kan. Tapi for the semantic clause-nya ini locative gitu kan. Tapi kalau untuk grammarnya ini berhubung subjek, direct object, indirect object dan oblique. Ini berhubung apa? Berhubungan. Dan next, okay, yeah. However, the relation between semantic roles and grammatical. Tadi kan kita melihat bahwa the garden itu locative, kan? Disimpan di mana aja dia tetap locative. Tapi dia non praise, bisa jadi agent dan lain-lainnya. Terus kalau di grammatical dia bisa jadi subject, direct object, indirect object dan oblique ya. Nah kalau di sekarang kita lanjut, kita punya yang namanya verb open. Ya. So take a look. Angela opened the door with this key. Ya. It become a agent. The door opens easily. It become passions. This key will open the door. It become an instrument. The wind open the door. It become cause. Ya. Jadi open di sini sama, cuma bisa jadi beda-beda untuk apa ya semantic clause-nya kayak Angela it become agent, the door to become passion. Apa yang menjadi pengaruhnya? Ya, non phrase dan juga verbnya. Lalu ada yang kedua, take a look at this. The oil will saute your suit, your sunburn. The cold stream suited my sore feet. Ya. Nah, the oil di sini become instrument because the salt ya di sini itu menenangkan ya. Minyak ini akan menenangkan apa ya? Sunburnmu gitu kan, sunburnmu. Lalu ada the cold stream salt my sore feet cause. So what is the difference? The difference is the verb. The verb controls the range of operation allowed in each case. So, ada beberapa verb yang bisa hanya untuk instrumen dan cause. Ada juga verb yang hanya menampilkan agent, passion, instrument, dan cause. Itu kan. Itu yang saya pahami dalam bukunya Levin Agent tahun 2004. Ya. Next. If you guys understand what our conversation and material. Yeah. So semantic roles are universal features of the semantic structure of all language. But how they interact with grammatical relations such as subject and direct object differs from language to language. So what I found in Finnick in 2004 is that every single language has its own semantic roles, not same at all like English. Yeah. If we are take a look at the English, there is subject become non-phrase, but in other, I mean the structure. But in other language like Russian, German, and maybe in our Indonesian language has its own semantic role. For next coba. Next. Okay. Okay. I give you just one example because I also still need to understand more about this. Semantic role and grammatical have different use in another language. For example, like French fries. I here become experiencer because he he have eating French fries or he has like French fries. But if we take a look at the Spanish, yeah, las papas fritas me gustan. Yeah, las papas fritas me gustan. The French fries to me like yeah. For English become like that. The French fries to me like so the subject here me ya. Kalau di Spanishnya itu las papas fritas me gustan gitu kan. Nah kalau di Inggrisnya the French fries to me like gitu kan. Nah me-nya ini malah menjadi kan harusnya experiencer ini to me like gitu kan. It can be passion ya. Jadi nggak beda gitu, bukan experience lagi. But literally ini artinya French fries to me are pleasing. Yeah. I like French fries. It's the same, but for the semantic role itu different. Jadi begitulah teman-teman. Ada problematikanya juga ya. Tapi artinya di setiap bahasa itu punya perbedaan-perbedaan sendiri. Itu yang saya pahami. Next. Okay, last maybe there's I found in the Finnegan 2004. Some languages distinguish between agent and experiencer much more carefully than English does. Jadi beberapa bahasa memperlihatkan perbedaan antara agent dan experiencer ya lebih daripada bahasa Inggris. For example, the verb might take a subject when the action described is intentional, but take a direct object when the action is intentional. Yeah. See, there is intentional and intentional. Next, there's no more slide. Maybe yeah. Okay. Maybe that's all from us, guys. Thank you for your rapt attention. I hope you understand. And if there's any questions, please submit your questions in Scholarship. Maybe that's enough. Thank you. And for the last, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.